Well, Bill Boggs here at Feinstein's 54 Below with the wonderful Stephen Sorokoff, and I'm happy to say we're with the beautiful Jennifer Damiano. Let me tell you a little bit about Jennifer. She's going to be appearing here, making her concert or nightclub or cabaret or whatever you want to call it debut on July 28th at 10 p.m., July 29th and 30th at 8:30 p.m. And she is essentially Tony nominated for Next to Normal, American Psycho, Spider-Man, and Turn of the Dark. That's a wonderful career, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And this is, as I said when we just met, it has to be kind of exciting that, or very exciting that you're making a debut of an act here at the club. Tell us about how you put it together.
Well, we just closed American Psycho, and I thought, I just turned 25, and I realized it was the 10-year mark of when I began working.
Yeah, you were on Broadway at age 15.
Yeah, and so I just thought, thank you, I thought it was the perfect time to share my experience. I think I've had enough, there was enough there to kind of do something with it and have creative control over it, which is really exciting. Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So how do you set out to do that? I created an off-Broadway show for myself because based on a little bit of something I did. I sat down at a table. It took me a couple hours to structure it out. Yeah. And then I just worked it. How did you put the act together?
Well, I sat down with my amazing team that I'm working with, John Mara Jr., my producer, and Ben Rohala, who's playing the piano with me today, the arranger and music director. And we just kind of went from when I started to where I was, like just songs from each show I've done.
Of 10 years.
Yeah, and then kind of songs in between that are representative of my personal life at that time, because I want to make it a really genuine night. And then you just kind of cross things off or add little things and make sure it's stylistically dynamic enough.
You fold his hands and smooth his tie. You gently lift his chin. Were you really so blind and unkind to him? Can't help the itch to touch, to kiss, to hold him once again. Now to close his eyes, never open them. A shadow past, yearning, yearning for the fool.
But it's difficult. It's a lot. There's a lot to say.
It's an interesting challenge because you're really just expressing yourself, your personal autobiographical journey through a lot of musicals, but it has to be structured into an act. So I would guess that you're cherry picking some numbers from all of the musicals in which you've been. Yeah.
I am, and that's hard to do, especially for Next to Normal too. I just want to sing every song. But we have some really cool guests that I'll be announcing soon.
Guests are good.
Yeah, some guests from shows that I've done. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough to choose, but it's crazy that I have so much to choose from. It's really exciting.
Now, could you essentially put this in what an actor would call like in results terms? So the show is over, not the first night, the second, the third or fourth night. The audience is leaving. What do you want them to have experienced? Can you define the end result of what you want it to be?
In terms, there's a certain dynamic, obviously, of young women, young aspiring actresses that I certainly want to connect with me. But in terms of the whole audience, I just want people to feel like they got a little bit of an insight to who I am. I feel like sometimes I don't want them to feel like a wall, like it's kind of like I'm just telling them a story. I want people to feel like they were in my living room, involved, totally, yeah, totally. And just to feel. I mean, I hope it's inspiring that I was going through normal teenage young adult things.
And starring on Broadway at the same time.
Yes.
Let's really go back. Jennifer Damiano, what would you say first ignited your interest in singing, in performing, or being on stage? Because you started at age 15.
Yeah.
But were you 3 years old and doing it, at the bathroom mirror?
I actually wasn't. I think that sometimes this business kind of finds you. And I've always been a singer in ways that I didn't try to be. It just came naturally to me. I was always singing around the house, and then my parents got me voice lessons, and it just kind of led me here. And it just kind of became so clearly my path. I didn't even have time to think about whether or not.
What would you say has most influenced you as a singer? A couple, if possible.
Of singers?
Yeah, singers.
Well, obviously doing Next to Normal with Alice Ripley was really fun. I love the way she sings from her heart. I think the women that inspire me the most are the women that do sing from their heart. I love certain pop artists like Fiona Apple. She's one of my favorite artists.
She's a soulful singer.
Yeah, just kind of when it's lyric driven and when it's from someone's soul, those are the kind of voices I respond to the most.
Well, let's review what we're doing here. Is Jennifer Damiano, right? Yeah. She's appearing at Feinstein 54 Below, and the date's very important. July 26th, that's at 10 p.m. July 29th and 30th at 9:30 p.m. Tony nominated for Next to Normal, American Psycho, Spider-Man, Turn of the Dark. God bless you. Good for you. Good for you. Big talent. Good luck.
Thank you so much.